Why were you so successful at stalking people down last year?
Mainly my D-line and just my drive to go out and get people, honestly.
I think Taylin is just the latest iteration in the long line of really tremendous linebackers here at this school. Taylin has been blessed to learn from a lot of really good players before him. He makes his first start as a sophomore next to Dalton Miller, and so Dalton imparts that wisdom on Taylin. Taylin is now imparting that wisdom on the next group. So I don't know if it's something in the water here or what, but it just seems like linebackers come to this school and they excel.
I guess during the season, something in my mind just clicked, and it was like, man, I really got to get after it. So started hawking people down, and 181 tackles just like that.
Even against the backdrop of QND's historically impressive linebacker legacy, Taylin Scott's junior campaign reads as a different mutation of the beast. 181 total tackles in a scheme that doesn't exactly propagate cheap stop stats is elite work by any standard.
So anticipation, I'd say, is about 40. The other 60% is just, doing my homework and getting a lot of help from my D-line and whatnot. It's complicated because, sometimes I don't read it right, and then I gotta go from one side of the field to the other. So a lot of it's homework.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of, just his own self-preparation, his experiences, and going against the good teams that we play. But really, it's his eagerness to take and receive coaching. I mean, this guy just wants to get better. He wants the advice. He wants the answers from coaches, and anything that, he can get from coaches or teammates or other players, other coaches, he's willing to take that and apply to his game immediately.
The way I'm going to approach it this year is it's not about me getting tackles individually anymore. It's mainly about just leading my team to the state championship and having a lot of success. It'd be great to have another 181 tackles, but with the defense that's coming back and it's going to be a lot better, that may not happen. So the expectations set higher, but it's focused on different things, not just tackles.
As seamlessly and naturally as Taylin has assumed the role of alpha stopper for QND, it may have been his decision to adopt a sport that initially took him completely out of his comfort zone that is to be credited for his gridiron growth.
Wrestling is definitely the biggest part of how I got to where I am today. I started as a freshman and didn't learn a whole lot my freshman year, but my sophomore year I came out and I was a much better player. Started varsity, and I had never even been on JV before that. So, wrestling's helped my form, my footwork, and everything leverage. It's the best. It's the best thing that ever could have happened to me.
We were very clear with Taylin his freshman year. If he is going to wrestle, he's really going to put himself in the conversation to be a starter, and not just a starter, but a quality starter. And through some bumps and bruises, as any new wrestler does, he found his way. And certainly last year it culminates in a state tournament where he wins some matches. He gets 8th. He was an all-state wrestler as a junior where he's given up 10 to 15 pounds each match. But just the tenacity that wrestling teaches you, and certainly the form and technique, it goes hand in hand with playing linebackers. I love telling guys like Taylin about players like Ray Lewis, who's a 2-time state champion wrestler from the state of Florida. That's who you want to be, and so Taylin, certainly gets that. He attacks it.
Definitely. Confidence is the biggest part of it, I'd say. You can be the best tackler in the world, but if you're not confident in what you can do, you won't do anything. And I think that's why I've had so much success with my tackles in my game.
No doubt. I think he is very aware of how you need to approach somebody bigger than him and how to take them down. And again, I would credit his wrestling career for that and what he does in the wrestling room and just the guys that he rolls around with. Taylin's an exceptional human being. It's like no matter what he does, he's going to pick it up and he's going to do really, really well at it.
And Taylin Scott's senior year return as a tentpole on this Raider defense may well position this QND group as one of the stingiest in the state.
As long as I've been here, our defense has been pretty great, I'd say. I'm just excited to see where it goes from here. I think that it's going to be the best defense we've ever had, maybe.